besties, I'm Destini and welcome back to my channel. So today we have here all of my June TBR. I know I'm a little late getting this video out, but I still wanted to make sure that I go through everything that we're going to be reading for June. So for my June TBR, I will say that I wanted to do things a little bit differently. I do have a TBR jar, but I'm not going to use it this month. But with all of my June books, I have, because it's already the end of the second week of June, I've already started reading a couple of books. I have a total of, I think, 12 arcs to read. 6 I've already read for the month of June. I will recap those at the end of the month for all 12 that I've read already. And then a couple of these for my physical TBR that I have, I wanted to go through all of these books because they are absolutely wonderful. Some of them I'm like, but I've started majority of these already, either on audiobook or I'm trying to do like the listening to it at the same time. But I'll go ahead and give like what I think the rating is going to be once I get there. So let's go ahead and get into our June TBR. So the first book that I've already started reading and listening to it through audiobook is Blood at the Root by Ladarian Williams. This book, I am enjoying it so far. This one is like a Black Hogwarts is how people are explaining it. I'm not getting that so far. I'm about 40% through the book and the audiobook. The audiobook is wonderful. The audiobook, the narrator he plays Spencer James' brother on All American, and I'll put his face down here. This book it's different. The reason why I'm enjoying it because the author is from Alabama. And of course, I'm from Alabama as well and live in Alabama right now. It has a lot of like the Southern references. It's referencing a lot of stores that is like in the area. So it's like, oh, I know, like I can kind of picture it, but I am enjoying this one. I do have the arc for the new book that comes out, I think either next month or either August. So I wanted to go ahead and finish up this one because I've had it for a while. So my second read is The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I absolutely love and adore Riley Sager. Riley Sager has a book that was released yesterday on the 10th. So I have that one on its way to the house because I did pre-order it. So I'm probably not going to read that one because I've heard not so great reviews about it, but I've heard great reviews about this one. And so I'm really excited to kind of get into it, but I'm going to try to get into it one more time. Hopefully it lives up to the hype, or I DNF it. We'll see. So the third book on my TBR is another Riley Sager book, and this is The House Across the Lake. I have already started listening to this on audiobook, and I'm really enjoying it so far. Right now, it feels like it's shaping up to be like a 3 out of 5 star rating, which is a little disappointing for me because like I said, I really love Riley Sager's books. But this one I think is probably The Middle of the Night is probably going to be my least favorite, even after this probably. But this is shaping up to be more of a mystery than a thriller right now. And I'm about 25% through the audiobook, but we'll see where it goes from there. So the fourth book, I've actually already read this book, and this is Good Intentions by Brandon Massey. Brandon Massey is actually one of my most favorite thriller authors, and he's also a Black author. His books, he just never misses with a book. I've never rated any of his books less than a 4. I don't think. I think all of his books are like 4 or 5 stars. He has one book, Bad Influence, that is my absolute favorite. That's probably a 10-star read for me. This was a 5-star read. I read this in one sitting, and I do mean one sitting. It's like 200 and something pages, but it's like 250 pages, but quick read, absolutely wonderful read. So this book follows Nate, who is a 12 or 13-year-old boy. His best friend is being abused at home, and he decides to take things upon himself to try and help his friends because, of course, he has good intentions. Of course, things don't turn out well for his friend. They kind of fall out of touch. And his best friend finds him 30 years later. And 30 years later, his friend is coming back with a little bit of revenge. Maybe. This book was absolutely amazing. It kept me on my seat the entire time, like butt clenched. Like it was so good. And I absolutely adored this book. This was really good. It was very high stakes. And then also being mad at Nate because it was like your mom told you to stay out of these people's business and you didn't stay out of these people's business. So now look at you 30 years later, still paying for stuff 30 years later. But this was so amazingly written, and I just absolutely adore Brandon Massey. So please go out and read this book. Another book on my TBR is Not So Perfect Strangers by Ella Stratton. I did start this book. I'm about 20 pages in. I have not finished it, and so far so good. How I'm understanding what this book is about. This book is basically about two women who are totally different. They're not friends. They just randomly run into each other. They have horrible husbands. From my understanding, it's going to be like, I'll help you kill your husband if you help me kill mine. So far, it seems like I'm already to the point to where these ladies have like met already. So very fast pace. Also a Black author as well. About this from Sydney Books on TikTok. Finish it hopefully by the end of the month, and I'll let you guys know how it shapes up to be. So the next book in my TBR is Lore of the Wilds by Analeigh Sbrana. I will say that I've already started reading this. I am about 43% through this. I am reading it on my Kobo Libra Color that I just received in the mail, y'all. I know. So I'm not reading the actual physical copy, but I've had this physical copy for about a year, or whenever it came out, I did get it. This is a YA novel, and it's a very quick YA novel. This is a part of a series. Book 2, Lore of the Tides, does come out later this year, and I do have the arc for Book 2, Lore of the Tides. So I wanted to go ahead and get through this one. I will say that this is a romantasy, if you will. It is YA. This book is following Lore. So this is Lore. She and her family, they're basically trapped into like this other world, and the Fae are basically holding humans captive, if you will. And so she ends up going back to like the Fae Kingdom to kind of help translate some of their artifacts, because she's able to read and kind of understand their language. So she's translating some things for them. And it feels like she's going to either fall for, I'm assuming this is the guard and this is the prince, from my understanding. And so from the explanations, but she's going to fall for one or both. I can't really tell, but actually I can tell, but I feel like it's so fast paced. Like this is probably the fastest I've ever seen a fantasy kind of come together. So I don't know how I feel about that, because I think we're about to rush the romance. It's not giving, it's giving plot, but it's like very fast plot. And I don't like that, and I just need more world building. So hopefully I get more world building. I'll let you guys know how I think about this, how it all plays out. But yeah, but this is Lore of the Wilds by Analeigh Sbrana. The other two books that I have on my TBR, I'm really excited. I have started reading these already. So yes, I don't just read one book at a time. I may read a book here, a book there. I read multiple books at one time. I don't know if that's a gift or a curse. That's just how my mind works. And that's just what I do. But yeah, so the next book on my June TBR is Such a Fun Age by Kiley Reid. I'm really enjoying the narrator, and she's doing such an amazing job with the banter in this book and just bringing the characters to life. And it's just, there's so many funny points where I'm like literally laughing in the book. But I'm also reading and listening to this at the same time. But I really am enjoying the premise of this book. So I've had this book for quite some time, and I was like, let me just go ahead and listen to it and kind of see where it goes. And I wish I would have read this one sooner. Like, I feel like it's going to be a 4 or 5 star read. This book follows Amira. She's out hanging out with her friends one night, and she is a babysitter for this very popular influencer family, and they are white and Myra is black. And she goes out. When she's hanging out with her friends, the family calls her and they're like, hey, we have some things going on at the house. Can you please come and get Briar, which is their child, and can you just hang out with her? So she goes in literally in the middle of the night just to, I won't say in the middle of the night. She goes late at night to go grab the child, take her away from the house because they do have police at the house and things are kind of just going haywire. She doesn't want the child around. So Amira goes and picks up the child, but she decides to go to the grocery store down the street and just walk around and just talk with the child, who's literally like 3 or 4 years old. So when she goes there, a security guard stops her and is like, we think you're kidnapping this kid. Where's the parents? Like, you can't leave the store now. It basically, she's being racially profiled essentially, and she has to call the parent. There's someone else in the store who is filming it. The video goes viral, and I don't know what's going to happen next, so we'll see. So that's about as far as I've gotten, but I know it's going to be a lot of secrets now that this family is going to try to support Amira, because things are kind of going to go viral and it's just going to be a lot. The mom is going to have some things kind of come up from what I could read in the synopsis. But yes, that's Such a Fun Age by Kiley Reid. I'll let you know how it turns out at the end of the month. So this last book, I think 50% through the book, and I absolutely love it. I am listening to it on audiobook. It came out yesterday, and I've had the book for over a week because I did get it for Book of the Month. So I got it early and I started reading it, but I was like, no, I want to wait on the audiobook to be released. So the audiobook was released yesterday, and I immediately started it yesterday. I'm already halfway through the book. The book is going to be a 10-star read. It's probably going to be one of my top books of the month. And it is King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby. This is actually my first S.A. Cosby book that I've finished. I did start Razorblade Tears, and I did not finish the audiobook in time, so it went back on my Libby. So I have the physical copy of the book, but I just did not finish it. Not because it's not good. It was absolutely amazing. So I can tell that's going to be great when I finish it. I'm just waiting for it to come back on my Libby for audiobook because I think it's on my holds again. So I bought the audiobook for King of Ashes. It's absolutely amazing. I highly recommend this book. So King of Ashes is following Roman. He gets a call that his dad is in a coma and he was in a really bad accident. He needs to come home. So he does go back home to Virginia, where he currently lives in Atlanta, where he's this really big wealth management manager, if you will. He has his own business and kind of making moves, and he's doing the thing financially. His dad owns a crematory, which is also ran by his sister and his brother. And so he goes back and he finds out that his brother has also kind of gotten into a lot of trouble with this big family that is just like gang people. He's just wrapped into it. So he's trying to help his brother and his family and try to keep them safe. So he's kind of stepping in, and I'm like, he is one hell of a kick-ass brother. I will say that. Like, he is one kick-ass brother. I was like, would I do this for my brother? I mean, I would, but like, it's a lot. Like, it's an absolute lot. Like, literally from like the 10th page, it's on the road. We're off to the races. So this is shaping up to be like one of those crime thrillers. Absolutely amazing. We have well-developed characters and side characters, and it's just absolutely amazing how I'm able to envision this. The narrator is doing and I think it's Adam Lazar White is the narrator, and I really love Adam Lazar White. and he is doing a phenomenal job in like bringing all the characters to life. This is a phenomenal book, y'all. Like, I cannot recommend this book enough. So please go out and read S.A. Cosby, King of Ashes. So the other 6 books, I'm not going to say what they are. I'll just wrap them up at the end of the month. But they are 6 additional arcs. They are arcs that are going to be released in the month of June. So by the end of the month, all of these will have been released. By then, most of them that I have to read, I have until the end of the month to try to get through them. And I have not started those yet. And what I'm planning on doing for my June TBR is I'm going to go ahead and finish my 6 arcs that I have to read, that are all going to be released, so I can do my reviews, do my videos, and send all of the links out to the publishers or however they're requesting it. So I will be submitting those, going through all of those arcs, and then I will go through and finish these as well. So when I want to break from an arc, I do kind of pick these up. I am enjoying this one a lot. So I will say this one in such a fun age. I like reading those before I go to bed. I can tell because I did read literally half of the book while I was like just sitting in the bed. But yes, but anyways, that is my June TBR, or my June I've already started TBR. So that is everything, and I will see you guys at the end of the month to let you know how it all went. And if you're new to my channel, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and also let me know if you've read these books. Please let me know in the comments if you've read the book. What did you think about it? Do you plan on reading it? Is it on your TBR? Or if you want a more in-depth book review on any of these, please let me know. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.